I think we should have a law at the federal level that would say after 15 weeks, no abortion on demand, except in cases of rape, incest, to save the life of the mother. And that should be where America's at.
Just 2 months after the Supreme Court overturned abortion rights in America, Republicans are on the warpath. And South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham is wasting no time proposing a nationwide ban on abortion. Here's more from Graham.
So we will be introducing this bill as of like right now. People will join. I hope it will be bipartisan. And we will have a debate, if we're allowed to bring it up, as to why we're doing what we're doing.
Graham's 15-week ban is extreme even by Lindsey Graham standards. This isn't the first time the senator has introduced a bill like this, but those bills called for a ban at 20 weeks. And Graham, who once said that only states had the right to regulate abortion, now says he has that power too.
Okay, where's all my states' rights? All my states' rights people who said Roe never should have been a federal thing. Well, Lindsey Graham and Republicans are going to be submitting a bill for a national ban tomorrow, so with your states' rights.
The bill is, quite frankly, a nightmare. Graham claims his law contains exceptions, but his own bill says that in order for a child to claim a rape exception, she must have filed a police report. And law enforcement must agree. Good luck filing that police report when many child victims are targeted by parents or legal guardians. Things don't get any better if you're an adult, either. Graham's bill specifies that a woman must seek medical care or trauma counseling within 48 hours of a rape. Otherwise, they won't qualify for the exception, and their abortion will be considered a crime. Graham didn't think that was worth mentioning at his press conference. Graham's national abortion ban is a confirmation of what many activists have been saying for months, that this was never about states' rights. This has always been about Republican power. And for a few Republicans, the right-wing anti-abortion power grab is just too much to handle. Take South Carolina State Senator Sandy Senn. She's a Republican, a proud conservative, and she's had it with her fellow Republicans' attempts to gut abortion rights. Senn recently cut into her own remarks to give a colleague a lesson on how the state constitution worked.
So why would your law, even if we were, or your change here, amendment, were to pass, why would that not be stricken down? Because obviously we have a constitutional amendment that is stronger authority.
Because you're not interpreting the Constitution correctly. That's not what the constitutional amendment means.
It's not what it means. It's exactly what it says.
That is not what. Read it. It doesn't say anything about your female parts.
No, it does not say that. But it says that we do not have to suffer an unreasonable invasion of privacy. And if what's going on in my vagina is not an unreasonable invasion of privacy for this legislature to get involved in, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that elected public official did just use the phrase lady parts. And Senn's response is just one example of how some Republicans are struggling to square conservatism with giving the state unlimited power to monitor and police women's reproductive choices. And Senn wasn't done.
What if we start talking about what you gentlemen do, whether y'all have erectile problems, or whether you have had a vasectomy, or any of these other things? What if we pass legislation that you have to tell us this, and then the people or the doctors or whoever get to decide whether you're going to get to move forward with any type of intervention? Isn't that exactly what we're talking about?
Senator, I think those are reasonable points for you to make. I disagree with you. I think it would have been great if you had actually shown up for work on Tuesday and made those points.
Let's be clear. Sandy Senn is not the norm in a Republican Party addicted to expanding its police power. But even leaders like Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell have been trying to move the conversation away from abortion, in large part because Republicans are getting creamed in the latest Senate polling. Graham picking up the megaphone and calling for a national abortion ban makes it impossible for Republicans to avoid the issue. And already, some are starting to scramble. When faced with questions about Graham's abortion ban, Republican Senator Tom Tillis wanted to talk about inflation. With Republicans forced to face the abortion issue head-on, they're about to discover that nearly 70% of likely voters support legal abortion. And that number includes a third of self-identified Republicans. Those voters live in the suburbs that Republicans will need to win in November, and those voters are furious. Republicans will face angry voters at campaign stops and tough questions from the media during press conferences. But activists must provide the driving force to ensure that Republican war on abortion remains at the top of the headlines. These people are nuts. Don't let them win. If you made it to the end, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and consider subscribing. And leave a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.